So this is something that different organizations, personal finance kind of outfits, publish lists. Usually once a year they'll update what you should hold on to, what you should get rid of. And we distilled it down months ago, the things that you should hold on to. And I sold a car recently, and gosh, I should talk about what the selling process was like most recently. But selling a car, the more you have of clear information about how the car was maintained over the years, the records, that kind of thing, is so great. If you have a loan on a car, you want to keep good track of that loan. And you want to make sure that payments are being properly reflected. And now so often, loans no longer have a coupon book. It's all digitized. And so you're able to track that loan payment and make sure that payments are being properly reflected. And I have an app on my phone. There are many of these available that are free where you can do your own calculator on your loan, just as I talk about with mortgage amortization schedules, where you're able to make sure that the payments are properly reflected as they should be on a timely basis, that the balance is declining as it should be. If your loan is ever sold, just as I talk about with mortgages, you're able to track with that AM schedule, make sure everything is as agreed. So once you've paid off the car and you've got a clear release of the title, you don't need those records anymore on the loans. But the maintenance records, please do the maintenance as you're supposed to, because it will give you more longevity with your vehicle. And it's really good at the time you sell to show, because people are buying a history when they buy a used vehicle, to show those records. And when you go to sell your vehicle, whether to trade in a dealer, to a place that just buys vehicles, which pretty much any dealer does now, they want your inventory on their used car lot, your car in their inventory. Selling to a private individual, whatever, get that car clean as a whistle. Now, many of us are not the neatest people in the world. I wouldn't point at myself, but it would be true if I did. And so getting a vehicle thoroughly detailed before you start trying to market it for sale, really important. A junky-looking vehicle looks really bad. If a vehicle has 5 or more years on it and there's minor dents on it, you don't need to repair those before you sell it. But if a vehicle is younger than that, particularly if it's 3 years or younger and you're getting rid of it and it has dents and dings, scratches, getting those repaired usually will get you enough better value for the vehicle. You should do that. Insurance policies, what I do is every year a policy renews, I throw away the old insurance policy documents, and I only have the new year, but I keep those. Some people only deal with their insurance company digitally, and so you can keep a PDF of the policy. So if there's a situation where you're trying to figure out if you're going to make a claim or what's covered, you have it that way. If you stored that as a PDF on your computer, I keep I have the paper documents sent, and I keep them for the most current year. When I'm done with the policy, bam. That's just trash in the way in your life, debris in your life that I get rid of. Going back to the mortgages are routinely sold, and the lenders mess them up when they're sold. So when you take out a mortgage, you have a known interest rate, a known term, you want to print out an actual amortization schedule. I know a lot of people don't even have printers in their homes routinely anymore. but at work, maybe you can print it out. Amortization schedule, won't take up a lot of space. I want you, when you get a monthly statement, if you do from your mortgage lender, which many people do, I want you to check the balance you should have on your loan that your amortization schedule shows versus what the lender is reporting to you as the balance. It's crazy how often the lenders mess that up. Now, it was much worse in the aftermath of the banking scandals with all those banks being merged out of existence and closed and all that. And I was getting complaint after complaint from people that their mortgage balances were all messed up. But you want to check the bank's work. Don't assume because it got spit out by a computer it's going to be right. You are the one that needs to track it. The information on your balance is really easy for you to keep track of. And when your loan is done, I want you to keep the document that shows that your balance is paid off for as long as you are alive, or until maybe you've sold that property and it's out of your life. This is an old story that happened during the aftermath of the banking scandals. I had a loan that had double mirrored on me. When the bank that had the loan went bust, the balance was still hanging out there. I had to go through all kinds of stuff. Eventually, I had to hire a lawyer to clear it up because the banking crisis so messed things up that it showed the amount doubled that I owed, and I was selling the property, and it was a huge problem that I had to get resolved. Just terrible. Rental properties, not a lot you need to keep from those. I'll skip that. Tax returns, really important to me. You keep your documentation, your supporting stuff for your taxes for a minimum 6 years. 6. After 6, I keep a copy of the return itself. I keep it on a disk. Gosh, that sounds so antiquated. But I keep that, and the supporting documents, by the 7th year, those are gone. Now, I've got more information about what you keep and what you toss at Clark.com. And the article is simple enough if you pop it in our search box. Which documents should you keep and for how long? And there will be some differences from our list, from others, but they all follow a lot of the same gist of what you should keep and what you can toss. And you want to be efficient in this area.